it's to get off the market. It's to start getting these revenue streams coming through, which will allow us hopefully to raise new capital, which can accelerate. We've gone through the phase of research. We've gone through the phase of getting licenses. We're there now. We just need capital to help us expand and go and get more of this marketplace.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Celadon Pharmaceuticals CEO and co-founder James Short. James, very good to meet you. For viewers unfamiliar with the company, tell us a little bit about Celadon Pharmaceuticals and what you do.
Hi, Stephen. Yeah, so Celadon Pharmaceuticals is a UK pharmaceutical business that specialises in research, development and delivery of medicines using cannabinoids. That's what we specialise in. We believe there's a real change in your normal pharmaceutical, and we believe a cannabinoid will be one of those things. And we're one of the first companies to get the necessary licenses in the UK that allow us to do what we're doing today.
Tell us what sets you apart from other cannabinoid companies, James.
Yeah, so, there is a real stigma within the cannabis space. 80 years it's been illegal, etc. I always say to people that I like them to look at us as a pharmaceutical business as opposed to a cannabis business. And there's a real difference there. I'm not saying the other cannabis businesses are doing it wrong. It's just that they're more in the adult recreational. So they're producing products for people to take, to relax, to get high, to do whatever they want to do. That is not legal in the UK. In the UK, it's pharmaceutical only. So that means we've set Celadon up in a completely different manner. We've set it up as a pharmaceutical business. It's got its challenges, predominantly around the regulations that we have to work with are super high. The standards have to be very, very high.
James, you're out with an operational update just over a week ago, and you've secured an additional £1 million debt facility. You're also considering delisting from AIM. Can you walk us through why delisting is the right move now and how it fits into your longer-term funding strategy, especially with a potential £20 million convertible loan on the table?
Yes, just a bit of clarity on the 1 million. It was actually 1.5 million. It's just the RNS didn't come out that way. The same lender put 500 in originally, and then a couple of weeks after, he topped up with 1 million. So it was 1.5 million. The delisting is something that we've been looking at for several months now, and we feel that it's the market that the business is on, AIM, is not the right market for Celadon currently. A number of reasons for that. A lot of businesses, us being one of them, have really, really struggled raising capital on this exchange. And we've also struggled getting liquidity for shareholders. And I always say it's not necessarily just because of what Celadon's doing. If you look at the majority of the businesses on AIM, they have been struggling for the last 2 to 3 years. Now, what I can do, I can guarantee that it's very difficult to raise money whilst we're on AIM. Partly because the capital seems to be closed, and then obviously a lot of the investors look at your share price and go, oh, well, the share price definitely does not represent the value of our business. And I know lots of CEOs say that, especially founding CEOs, but it clearly doesn't show that. We had an analyst report, or we didn't, there was an analyst report done by Canaccord 2 years ago, putting us then at a 90 mil replacement value. And that's before we even had all the licenses that we've currently got. So it's just a very, very difficult market. So we've made the decision to come off the exchange. Hopefully, no guarantees that we'll be able to access capital as a private company. And there are a number of investors that we've talked to over the period that have indicated they would like to invest in us, but only when we're private. Now, there's never a guarantee with that. But we have to try something different than what we're doing, that's for sure.
So, looking at the capital you have raised and that you may raise, how do you plan to apply that as you take contracts such as the one with Valios forward, and also your patent for the proprietary cannabinoid API that you plan to launch in the UK later this year?
Yeah, so the capital we've raised, we've put an RNS out saying that that'll get us out to the end of the year. With regards to Valios, That has been significantly delayed because of regulations, export licenses for our genetics, etc. It's starting to come to now. We're starting to get a little bit of revenue off that. We don't think we'll see big revenue until first half of next year off that because of the delays that we've encountered. With regards to the IP, the patent that we submitted, with this capital that we've got in, we've signed with a joint venture partner that's going to help us scale that so we don't have to spend any of our capital on CapEx. They're called contract manufacturers. So we're working with a UK contract manufacturer that will do an IP tech transfer to them, and they will produce that product for us for next year. So we can roll that out as an API product as well.
James, your top priority is to rebuild your valuation and strengthen your position as a leading pharmaceutical cannabis business over the next 12 months?
That's correct. You've hit it on the nail. It's to get off the market. It's to start getting these revenue streams coming through, which will allow us hopefully to raise new capital, which can accelerate. We've gone through the phase of research. We've gone through the phase of getting licenses. We're there now. We just need capital to help us expand and go and get more of this marketplace.
Well, James, I hope you'll keep us posted on your progress. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Thanks again, Stephen.
James Short is the CEO and co-founder of Saladin Pharmaceuticals.